Hey, 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 this is your girl, Coach O. Look, come on in. I am going to give you all a few minutes because I want to talk. I want to talk just for a few minutes. I am going to give you a few minutes to maybe join or invite someone because I have not been on here in a long time. But I think that this conversation is needed. So I'm gonna give you all a few minutes to join. Come on in. I don't know. I'm not gonna invite anyone, or maybe I can invite a few people. I don't know. But if you're on here, if you see me on here, invite someone. Let me see if I can get some people on here. Let me see if I can get some people on here because I need some engagement. Come on, I need some engagement. Hey Joanne, how you doing? I need some engagement from the city of Helena, West Helena. We already know that we have this water dilemma. We know that there's a lot going on, and this is not anything negative toward the current administration. This is not anything negative toward the past administration. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. We're just gonna talk. We're just gonna talk facts. We're just gonna give a little information, and then we're just gonna address a few issues. So one thing that I want to address as I come on, so come on, get on here, invite someone, because this is important. And I probably should have changed. I don't even know how to see what my topic is. I should have probably put on here breaking news or something. Maybe that would have captured some people's attention if I would have put it on here as breaking news. But invite someone. I don't know who's on here, and this is really not for popularity. It's not for, it doesn't really matter if it's liked or not liked, all is well. But my point is, for those of you that are residents of the city of Helena, West Helena, or have even been in the on the news in the surrounding areas, I'm sure you are aware of the issues we are having with our current water supply. I know that a lot of people now may have water, but from my understanding, we're still under a mandated or precautionary water boil. From the last I seen, I haven't seen where the water boil has been lifted. The reason I am on here tonight is I want to talk about a little bit about the water distributions, where they're giving out maybe gallons of water, packs of water, bottles of water, where you can fill up your water, whatever. The problem that I have, talking to different ones, and even from my own personal experience, I first want people to recognize which people that are impacted by the situation that was not caused by current administration. It was the lack of efforts and the lack of things that should have taken place with the past administration, and with the monies that we had from last year. But that's another topic for another day. Hey Monica, how you doing? Go ahead and invite someone. I want to talk about this water issue. And I'm not so much talking about the water issue, somewhat I am. And I know it may sound like I'm rambling, but I'm not. I know exactly what I want to say. But at the same time, of course, we all are aware that there is an issue. We've been aware. We've had issues, for a couple of months now, or for a while. But with this issue where we are in and out of water, this is a problem. And I know that the city workers, current administration, they're doing what they can to try to fix a problem that the city already had, that the city was already aware of. The problem that I have is at some of these distribution centers, sometimes we can put people in position, or we can put people over things that they don't need to be over. And the reason I say that is, we can have some of the most arrogant people in the forefront trying to run something, trying to do something there is. Now, I want to address a couple of cases where, first of all, I want to say this. Why is it that you feel like, you being whoever you are, if you've been in some of these positions, if you've had the opportunity to pass out some water, why do you feel like somebody got to lie about water? We're not passing out bars of gold. We're not passing out $100 bills. $100 bills. I'm talking about stacks of $100 bills. We're talking about water. Water. We're passing out water, and we're so grateful for every location. We're grateful for every donation, but it bothers me that you go to a place and you almost being treated like a person, for one, that don't have any integrity, that don't have any, and I'm not going to name out any specific locations, but I will say this: for us to act crazy over water, if a person tell you they need, even if they needed an extra pack of water, if they needed a pack of water, I know cases where an individual or some individuals has tried to pick up water for their neighbors. That do not have transportation, that have maybe a disabled person in their home, and you can't give out a pack of water. We're not giving out gold. I don't care if it's a homeless person that got water yesterday, if they are thirsty and need water today. Because first of all, if our problem was fixed in the city and we were able to, as we like to say, draw water from in our homes, from where we're paying our water bill, we wouldn't even have this problem. So for us to have to be treated in certain places by certain people as if they brought the water. You didn't give the water. The water was donated. We know Walmart has donated water. We know water has come from different places. We shouldn't have to beg for water. We shouldn't have to feel bad for coming and getting water, because our water may be on, but it is an inconvenience because our water bills are not reduced. Some of them are already overpriced. They're not reduced. So why is it that we gotta feel that there's a need, that there has to be this long drawn explanation? And I know in one location they needed to see your ID. Now, you're not taking a copy of the ID, so you mean to tell me you remembers everybody's name, address, you looking at their ID. They came for water, boo. Water. We coming for water. We coming for a basic necessity. That if things were operating correctly, that is coming into our home, a lot of people wouldn't be out there. I've been buying water for years. I bought bottled water for years. But I don't buy water to cook in. I don't buy water to take a shower. That's why I pay my high water bill that come out every month. So I think it is very important for us that are in positions to serve, that you serve and you serve well, because it's not your water anyway. You're not the one that donated to water. And yes, I know that there need to be limits. I know you feel like, well, somebody's going to come get 10 packs and somebody's going to have no packs. Okay, those somebodies that may not feel like they needed water. But what do you think somebody's going to do with an extra bottle of water, an extra pack of water? If they're thirsty, if they need it for hydration, if they need it. But I'm going to tell you, the people that's passing out the water, they ain't out there getting water, and nobody's out there talking to them because they already took theirs off the top. Can we be real? And I wanted to come on here, and I'm not going to be on here long, and I'm looking for some engagement. Come on here. But I just want to hear, I want to know about other people's experiences, because we're all experiencing some stuff like we in a third world country, like we're in a developing country. But what we're in a failing community, because one, we don't communicate. Two, we don't work together. Three, we try to find all the flaws and we try to find all the reasons why we can try to make another person look bad, versus us coming together, figuring out what our problem is and getting in position and doing the right thing. I know you haven't heard from me in a long time. I know you haven't heard from me in a while. I've been trying to keep my peace, but this water situation has gotten on my last nerve. I understand that that distribution need to be done, but you are not tracking who coming to get water. And if somebody come and sit down in a line or sit in your line for however long to get a pack of water, and we got to act like y'all giving out gold. We got to act like, working people, you have people, this right here, this situation, when we all didn't have water, there was black people that didn't have water. It was white people that didn't have water. It was people that had apartments that didn't have waters. People in project that didn't have water. People that had extravagant houses that didn't have water. People in houses that didn't have water. Businesses that didn't have water. So my point to say that is a lot of people was impacted. It wasn't a black person that was impacted. It wasn't just a white person that was impacted. And I know y'all have a problem with saying black and white like it's the end of the world, like we can't speak the truth. But it wasn't that, the problem was segregated in a certain location for a certain people. A lot of us was impacted. Black, white, business owners, a lot of us were impacted. A lot of us are still impacted. But to go somewhere to get a pack of H2O and to feel like you're begging for something or asking for something that you shouldn't be is really a low blow for the citizens, because we didn't ask for this. We didn't ask for the infractions to not to be fixed. We didn't ask for the monies that was for the water company to not be applied to the water company, because we paid payroll taxes and we paid for equipment and we paid for this and we paid for that. We didn't ask for that. We have a city council that made decisions on where funds were going to be allocated. We had individuals that decided, and even long before that money came, before COVID even hit, if we're talking about pipes from 1960, we're not talking about, things that happened after 2019 or because of COVID. We're talking about normal wear and tear where we don't have a preventive maintenance plan. And we can't keep using things just because it's still working. Sometimes when things have expired, it has worn out, there need to be some replacement before you run into a problem. That's why you have preventive maintenance plans. Obviously, we didn't have one for the city. It's either we didn't have the money, we didn't have the manpower, we didn't have the skills, we didn't have the experience, or we just neglected to do that because we didn't feel like it was important. Because we know that those things that are out of sight, they're out of mind. We know that those things don't get done, don't get taken care of. But if you had a plan put in place to know when the last time certain things was replaced, when things need to be replaced, it's just like your car. They tell you, 3,000 miles, 5,000 miles. If you have high mileage, big performance, depending on what you're driving, sometimes you might have to get I don't know what you're driving, BMWs, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, whatever. There's a plan for your maintenance. You don't wait till your stuff break down to start doing the maintenance on the things, but it seems like what we've done in the city. Again, this is nothing negative against current administration, but I do want to say this, and this don't have anything to do with administration. This has something to do with distribution. For people that look like me, black and brown people, we get in position and we don't know how to act. You have a little authority to do something. We don't know how to act. Good evening, Fashawn. Fashawn, we don't know how to act and how to handle those situations, and even how to handle people during those situations. It's too hot for any extra drama. It's too hot. On those days, we didn't have water at all. Only thing you wanted to do is come home, get out your wet clothes, get in the shower. You couldn't do that. And then for you to go try to get a pack of water, somebody tell you they need your ID. For you to get a pack of water for your neighbor, you can't give a pack of water for a neighbor that do not have transportation. What kind of proof do you need? Did we get proof on how much you got before you got to the distribution center? Before you start passing it out, before you start giving it to people, if we was to go to some of these people's houses that passing out water, I guarantee you, they don't have to worry about getting no bottles of water. Can we be real? So I wasn't gonna be able to rest without coming on here tonight. I don't care who get mad. It is what it is because it is the truth. Stop handling people any kind of way over stuff that don't even belongs to you. The water is not yours. You didn't donate the water. And even if you did, if you donated the water, give the water out. It is not for you to save it for when this. We going day to day. Nobody have time for trying to boil everything you use, and you can't even hardly bathe in it or talking about you washing clothes in it because you're washing your clothes in dirt. The water is brown. The water is dark. The water is not clear. The water is not being, I don't know if it's not being filtered, if it's not being cleansed. Yes, we have water. But you can't drink the water. You can't cook in the water. So stop handling people over these bottled waters any kind of way. And girls, guys, men, women, stop acting like you giving out bars of gold. We talking about water. We're talking about H2O that we out here handling people wrong over some water. If somebody asks you for a pack, it's not the end of the day. You don't have to explain to the car behind why you gave this car 2 packages and what kind of proof do you need that you taking water over to your neighbor? What kind of proof do you need that I need some water or this person needs some water? And I'm going to get off of here because I can stay over here and keep talking about it. But at the same time, and I know it'll get out there. I know you're going to tell somebody. Please do. And I hope it's some of the people that's passing out the water. Stop acting crazy over this water that you ain't bought, you haven't donated. You just supposed to be distributing, and you're probably getting paid to distribute. You're probably not even volunteering to distribute it. So stop handling us any kind of way. Can you please do that? Please and thank you. And I'll talk to you later.